Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today's gonna be a very fun video because today we are pretty much just gonna be doing a vlog. There's not a lot to really do where we can just put it towards one video, but pretty much what I'm gonna be doing is later today we'll be posting a video just doing another informational plant tour. I've been trying to do one of those every single day since there's always new stuff every single day. So kind of just going around, a lot of stuff needs to be watered, so that's gonna be a big thing we do today. There's still a little bit of some things we need to do with the fish. I really want to kind of just talk about the fish on the channel, show you guys what the fish look like, and just a variety of everything we have in the fish tank. And then some ideas I'm coming up with for 2025, so that'll be very fun. And then we have a ton of plants in here that I really want to talk about a little bit more, and kind of how they're doing from germination wise and what we're going to be growing very soon. So before we start, please subscribe, hit the bell notification and all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. So let's go ahead and start. Alright, so just kind of talking about the system we have for watering. If you guys are new to the channel, or if you guys have been with us for a very long time, we used to just have this water bottle and we would go back and forth and keep like just doing a raining effect on all the plants. Yes, it's better for the plants because it doesn't damage them as much, but it takes about 10 times as long. So I ended up designing a new system, a little bit of a stronger water flow, but it just makes the watering time so much quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and set up that system. Before I turn the water on, I want to kind of talk about it really quick, and then I'll go ahead and turn on the stuff. Now, the system isn't perfect. There's definitely some things I really wish I could change, but at the end of the day, the system works great. There's nothing wrong with the actual system, so I don't really want to make the changes. First of all, water pressure. Water pressure, when it's at the very bottom shelf, it's really strong, so I have to be very careful about not damaging the plants. Then when I get to the top, the water pressure is really low because the pump is not extremely strong to the point where it's just barely strong enough where it can get to the very top shelf without having problems. So we have a ton of tubing throughout the floor, and it goes into the bathroom, and then we don't really have it go through the sink. Then we fill up the bathtub, we put the pump in it, but here's the thing that I don't really like. We have to have the pump plugged into an outlet, so we have to be very careful about electrical stuff and not getting that stuff wet. So we're usually very careful. So once we actually turn on the stuff, we'll usually just grab the wiring, throw it over like the toilet or something where it can't get wet, and then we'll kind of throw it over here and then plug it in. And that's worked for a very long time, and it's done very good. Plus, when we do water, we don't get anything wet up here. So it's worked for months, and just nothing's really gone wrong. So if you guys have any questions or something that you might want to ask about watering, I'd really love to hear your questions in the comments. I'd really love to answer those, or if I don't know how to answer them, I try to answer them as best as possible. We've done a lot of water testing, and I'll be talking a lot more about the watering later as I'm watering stuff. So I'll go ahead and see you guys in a second once I do start watering. Alright, so number one thing about kind of watering this way is, if you guys have a fish tank and all that stuff, do not put fresh water into the fish tank. Let that tap water sit in buckets at least 24 hours before. Usually when we have an empty bucket, we'll usually fill it up, which I'll probably do in a second. But right now, both of these buckets have been sitting for about 48 hours, and then they'll be very close to going in the system so far. Because when the water does come out of the tap and the sink and all that, there's a little small amount of chlorine in it, which is extremely hard on fish and can shock them, and you will lose a lot of fish. So that's one big thing. But pretty much all other than that, I'm going to go ahead and start watering, and I'll kind of do an update here and there. Alright, so really quick, I do kind of want to talk about watering. All you really want to do when you're watering with like this much pressure is don't let the water sit on it. Just kind of sprinkle on it. And then kind of what's nice about these types of trays, I can fill up this bottom compartment later on, so the water lasts a lot longer. And if I overwater up here, the water will just run through, and then hopefully it'll do good enough. Then I'm gonna water this cilantro. To be honest, this cilantro is ready to be picked anytime now. I'm trying to get as much cilantro because I really want to dry it and turn it into a seasoning, and a lot of stuff with that. But definitely a lot of ways to kind of mess up. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna mess up, you'll learn from it. That's kind of what I'm doing on this channel. I'm just kind of going with the flow, kind of doing research as I go, but I'm more of kind of just experimenting what works the best. And then my mistakes I talk about on the channel, and what does work, I talk about that too on the channel. So there's that. Also, I've had a lot of comments about the watering system lately. People asking like, does your carpet ever get wet? Does it, doesn't like the hydroponics drip on it? Yes. Just, there's no yes or no answer, because it's just yes and no. Usually when it is yes, we find it out within an hour after, or like within 10 minutes. Usually it only happens when I do kind of tamper with stuff over time. Like, let's say, because right now everything is working perfectly fine. The only way something could go wrong in here is if it's just something that I did. Like if I water too much and stuff starts leaking. If, like, let's say I kind of mess with the biofilter to go on a different cleaning mode. Right now it's perfect, no drips. But except the only thing that's not perfect is the cleaning mode. So when I do have to do it, I kind of have to put some hoses together, have it go in the tank a different way. So the only thing that could really go wrong in the greenhouse is if it's my fault, which most of the time it is, but here and there, we'll have something go wrong when we put something together not perfectly. Like a few times when we put together the hydroponic system, it will leak a little bit in the beginning, but usually during just working on it, we tighten everything as tight as possible. That's why I struggled so much kind of taking it apart when we cleaned it the very last time for the new system that's on right now. But definitely all of that. Also, you do not want to overwater. This looks like I'm overwatering, but these are now germinating, so I need as much water as possible, and the soil can't be like bone dry, which it is like bone dry right now. So that's kind of the reason why I am overwatering just a little bit. I'm trying to get the soil as wet as possible, because that's what peas absolutely thrive in. Tomatoes are a little bit different, but right now some of these plants don't look amazing, so I'll probably put water on top and then fill up that bottom compartment, and I'll see you guys once I do that. All right, so right now I've pretty much filled up everything. Now I'm filling up one of the buckets, so I have 3 buckets full in here. Plus, it puts a good amount of humidity in the air. Plus, since it is winter, there's like 10 inches of snow outside. Something just absolutely ridiculous. It's just, I gotta show you guys so you can see how much snow is actually out here. Looks like a lot, but check that out. It is so cold. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm really opening that up, because it's putting a lot of just cold air in here. At the end of the day, it's 70 degrees. It's still really, really warm in here. Now, while that is filling up, it's almost there, about halfway. Yesterday it was extremely cold, and it's going to be very, very cold in the next few days. So we're going to have to heat it up a lot more in here at night. Because once the heater does turn off, it's like brutally cold in here. Some good things that has been happening lately is the last like 4 days, the water has been just really, really, really cloudy. So I don't really know what's been happening. I'm pretty sure it's like the fish food just kind of dissolving in the water and making it cloudy. I really feel like lately, especially today, it's been a lot more just clear. Definitely cloudy, but a lot more clear, which is so exciting. And definitely a lot of growth on the plants, which I'll start talking about now. Now, what's funny is when I first built the system, I only wanted to go only lettuce, just grow like 8 different types of lettuce. Now what's funny is I grow more herbs than lettuce in this. So, and vegetables. I grow a lot of different stuff in here. Probably one of the last things I grow is lettuce. One of the biggest will definitely be basil. The entire top row is basil, but I'm really hoping half of this system right here could be basil eventually, and then this system right here will go full strawberries. We got a little bit of some strawberry plants right there, but the other strawberry plants weren't ready, and I really should have started growing them a lot earlier. Plus, once we do get those in pots too, it'll only be pretty much the entire back row, so I really need them to start sending out runners. And It'll take a long time, but I'll pretty much get the runners from those since those are a lot more ready in a way. So, talking about the plants, hydroponic roots. These roots actually look pretty good. A lot of progress, a lot of growth on these, which is really, really good. Now going over to the aquaponics, the roots look so incredible over here. Now, I've been doing a test lately, which is just something fun we're going to be trying on this channel. I really want to see which one is better. If aquaponics is better to grow stuff in, or if hydroponics are better to grow stuff in. Both of them are so different. Now, I've talked about this a lot on the channel. I've kind of said it differently every single time. So pretty much the difference between hydro and aqua is just the nutrients. At the end of the day, both of the systems are identical, from grow lights to setup to pretty much all the plants. All of it in it is the same, except how the plants are getting its nutrients. Now for hydroponics, you're just pretty much giving it really rich liquid nutrients. But with aquaponics, you're letting the fish make the extremely rich nutrients. But the thing is, if you just had a pump go straight to the plants, it's just not good. The fish aren't getting their water back that they need, so it has to go through a huge filtration. That one is just kind of cleaning it, not extremely strong, but it's cleaning it enough where the Noma going into the system turns into nitrate, which goes to the very top, and it goes through the entire system, and then by the time it hits the fish tank, it still is a little bit toxic, but it's a lot more clean than when the water went out of the system. So at the end of the day, the fish really thrive from it, the plants really thrive from it. It all works out in the end, which is so incredible. So really, it'll just be a really fun game to see if aquaponics is better or hydroponics is better. So kind of going through the other plants, these plants look really, really good too. I really feel like these ones are going to struggle a little bit more just because the water is definitely a lot higher on this row. Back here will probably do a lot better, but those roots don't look phenomenal, which is weird. Pretty much all the buttercrunch lettuce doesn't look great, but it's a mix. It'll be interesting to see how good they do. The Grandleaf lettuce looks alright. It's not like a huge thumbs up, but it's doing alright. Going down, we're growing tango lettuce. If you're asking what on earth is tango lettuce, that is a great question, which I do not know how to answer. So, I ended up finding tango lettuce on True Leaf Market, and I ended up placing an order because it sounded good, and kind of reviews from it made it sound pretty good. I don't really know what I'm going to think about it, but I think it'd be pretty cool. We were also growing parsley. The plants look, well, I'm just going to say the plants just look horrible. The leaves look like they've dried up. It looks like it's like 100 degrees in here. But I'm really hoping the plants will start to thrive later on once they can put off a lot more roots. Same with pretty much all the plants. All the plants aren't going to look great for a while, especially the strawberries. They really need to put off a lot more, just stronger and better roots. Those roots actually look really good just because they are growing brand new roots and they're absolutely thriving from it. This one is definitely doing it too, but I feel like it's growing a lot more stronger roots out of the main base. Now, oregano. I'm going to cover up every single one, and I'll tell you what, there's no roots on any of them, which is really weird. Even my biggest plants, well, there might be a little bit of some roots on those biggest plants, but other than that, there's no roots. This one might actually, nope. But what's kind of weird is oregano takes an extremely excruciatingly long time to kind of put off a root system to start growing their leaves. Because the oregano plant over here took like seriously a month and a half to get how big it is now, and it still has a long way to go before it can start producing stuff. Now, these plants, they're starting to kind of grab onto each other, but these are doing really, really good. To be honest, they kind of look the exact same as the parsley. They don't look amazing. They look like they've gone through a lot, but at the end of the day, it's still fine. Now, the cilantro looks amazing, especially the roots. The roots look very, very strong. They're definitely producing the leaves, but I'll probably just leave the leaves on, let them just thrive a lot more, let them grow out their root system a lot longer, and then I can start taking the leaves off of them. Now, I've thought about it long and hard about what I'm going to do with the basil once the plant is ready to be harvested. If I want to pick the leaves off and let it grow more, or if I want to take the entire plant off and then replace it with a brand new one that's really small like that. I think I'm going to go with the second choice, not the small choice. Just because at the end of the day, if the plant gets too big, there's too many roots to deal with in the actual system, and it's going to start causing some problems from like just roots ending up in the actual fish tank to just plants just fighting over nutrients, and it could just cause too many problems. So we're going to go ahead and just take off the entire plant. Plus, those leaves will either they won't grow back, or it'll take an extremely long time for those leaves to grow back, which they probably will not grow back. So at the end of the day, it's still going to be better to just harvest it off the actual plant. And that's what we're going to do to all the plants except the strawberries and oregano. Oregano will probably stay how it is, and then I'll just take the leaves off of it, just because it's going to take like a year. Probably not a year, I'm over exaggerating there, but it'll probably take about 6-ish months for it to start producing a lot of leaves. And I think I pretty much covered everything I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the fish. Now, there's one fish right there. Now they are eating. I just gave them food in the fish tank, so they're still kind of eating everything else up. Now, what's kind of funny is over the last few days, I've really realized these new fish really like some of the spots I gave them to hide in, especially like this coral right here. They really thrive in that. They really hide in there. Now, behind like the bubbles and all the heater, that's a very big spot. I usually find about 4 or 5 fish back there. So, they're usually all over. Now, what's kind of funny is, usually there's like one fish, especially that one. This one fish really likes being against the fish tank on that side, and it is a really beautiful goldfish. So, I just want to give out a huge thanks to Petco for helping us get these fish. I ended up going to the store, and then I really found this really nice worker that really gave us some great recommendations, and really recommended us getting the bigger fish. So I'm really happy about that trip up to the pet store, and I'll definitely be returning to Petco soon. I really feel like that place, really love that place. Plus, the workers there are really nice to talk to. So, I really feel like I'll probably go a little bit bigger with the fish area later on. I'm really hoping I can kind of do other fish. Now, I am a Lego investor, so these boxes are also extremely important, because over time, I'm collecting all these boxes so I can sell a lot of the Lego sets, and a lot of the profit that goes towards the Lego investing will go back into the greenhouse. So at the end of the day, it all factors back to it. Plus, I'm helping other people with kind of Lego investing, learning about it on other channels. So if you guys want to check out some of those, you can check out Go Forth Bricks. That one's a really big channel. About 40,000 subscribers. If you guys want to subscribe, I'd really love it if you would. Actually, once this video is done with, I'm going to be filming a very big video with that, one of the biggest videos I've posted in a while. So, I'd really love it if you would check that out. And yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. So please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. I just want to give a second to thank you all for watching today's video and supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.